Shall we start it?
Mista Sistas
Podcast.
Real talk.
Bitches.
Yeah, maybe you have to go one at a time with this.
Yeah, your volume went up and down.
Well, my actual volume went up and down, so maybe that's why.
Why?
Out of my throat.
Oh. Oh, a la just you doing your own volume like a human being would.
Yes. That's it.
So, homie, wait, am I supposed to just do hand sanitizer like before we do our podcast? Is that how this works too? I'm using it so much.
Why?
I don't know. It's just I'm using it every fucking anything I do.
We're touching each other via video, so you need to hand sanitize. All right, home slide. It's the slippery slope. We will. I sound like the Cheeto. It's a slippery slope, and I was gonna say, which we'll be talking about today, is the OCD that I'm enjoying as I navigate this coronavirus. Which
you are looking so glamorous.
Because I was about to say, I have been looking like a ragamuffin for weeks. And I was like, you know what? I feel like I look like one of them desperate housewives, the housewives of the coronavirus. I'm a coronavirus housewife.
What would your tagline be? You got to make a tagline.
Oh, see, I don't watch it. So they have taglines? Give me an example.
All right, so a tagline. You want an example of a tagline? Andy Cohen, who started the whole Real Housewives, he has an after show for all of the Bravo celebrities, or what they're called, to just step up and just talk, right?
Okay.
This night he had Hillary Clinton on, and she said her tagline would be, "I'm neither as good nor as bad as some people say."
Oh, and then there's a pose at the end. Okay.
And sometimes they're holding an orange if they're from the OC. There's the apple from New York City.
There's a tire if you're from Detroit.
There's a gun for the Housewives of New Jersey.
Oh.
I kid.
Nice. Hey, you know what? Sometimes.
I kid for real, though. I kid for real.
Okay. Oh, you missed that. I said, nobody saw that because we're doing audio. Anyway, how you do? Ooh, what is that?
It's water.
You didn't tell me we were drinking water during the podcast. I feel awfully parched myself, but there's no time. Otherwise, I have a big, tall glass of orange, like water-ish thing.
Ish. All right, home slice. So I'm going to hand sanitize for you and for this convo. I'm all like, my throat is all moist because they're saying you should make sure you drink something every 20 minutes. So I am like, check on that.
Good. I'm so mad. And it's fine. Good. No, that's good. I only go out really to walk my little Cody cakes. Mm-hmm. And I don't do a lot of sanitizer. I do a lot of hand washing. So my hands look like I've been paddling a boat by hand across the ocean. So they are so, but I have been using the lotion, the Genesis lotion. But yeah, they're a hot mess. But yeah, so I go out and I walk Cody 3 times, and I'm like super conscious. My keys are just filthy. Like the keys are just, they stay in a place, and that's where they have all kinds of whatever on them, and that's where they live. And so I know as soon as I touch them, that hand is filthy. And I use that to open the doors, and I use that to pick up the poo, and I use that to put in the garbage can, and I try to keep this hand clean, even though I never touch my face as soon as I hit the outside air.
Wow, you're doing, that's That's the most. Wow.
It's,
I'm impressed. I wash my keys when I come in and place
yeah.
them back. I wash them. This is a slippery
With
slope
soap
for me.
water?
Yes.
Wow.
And this is a slippery slope for me. You know me, that I actually I was at one point so OCD, my husband just, it was too much. So I
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I had to work
Yep.
on myself, and so this is a slippery slope. But all of my OCDness is, I could actually use it now. So
No, but you know what? That's what I was thinking, because I was like, what if, I didn't think, what if the OCD people are the ones who live? But I did think this year. But I did think my OCD is coming in so handy, because I don't even have to think, except I see everything. Like, I was watching this doctor today who was trying to tell people how they can bring in clean groceries and all this stuff, which most of the stuff he was doing, I was already doing, because my OCD told me what I needed to do before I even got it from a goddamn doctor.
I saw that video, and I think I know what you're gonna say. He missed.
I'm like, wait a second. That half-inch corner of the bottom of that medicine pill thing that you touching is not sanitized. And now you're just contaminated, and you're touching everything else. And that piece of plastic that you ripped open and you were thinking you're just tossing the bread into, that piece folded over. What about that piece of bread?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to eat it and eat the coronavirus. You're giving people bad information. Anyway.
He was yeah, I was like, wow, that's a lot of info. And then I was watching him, and I was like, oh, there's a glitch in this matrix.
A couple times. I was doing that with my mail too. With my mail, the envelopes, because that's the same thing. You open your envelopes, people bring them in the house, and like, no ma'am.
Girl, I attacked my husband when we got an Amazon box, and he was like, honey, and he was about to open it. I was like, no! His face was like, okay. I was like, did you touch it? Did you touch it? He was like, no, I didn't. And he quickly walked away from me.
Slowly back, never turning around.
I went out there with my scissor. I had a little basket to bring it back in the house with, that I use to hold the stuff that hasn't been sanitized.
Girl.
Yeah, and then I sanitize everything. I already was doing the stuff that this guy was saying, taking stuff out of the boxes and putting them in other things, and yeah. Slippery fucking slope though.
It is. It's hard, and I get overwhelmed at how much there is to really do, like past what he was saying.
Yeah.
Keeping your hands clean and the things clean when you have to touch the things in order to clean them, each thing.
Well, and I'm waking up at 5:30 in the morning to start the house off extremely like spotless, which there's no reason to, because I've like cleaned the house.
Because you went to the spot with the same things and people in it that you wake up to. But you know what? I think a part of it is for your own sanity. Like, a part of it is just self-soothing. And I think to a certain degree, self-soothing, until it becomes harmful, self-soothing is what we have to do right now.
It's not only that, if I got to be honest, it's trying to have some kind of control in this time of like things completely out of control as well. Yeah. So, yeah.
That soothes. That helps. It does. Yeah. No, I hear that. Because I was telling you, but I'll share it with the people watching, that, I had this bout the day before yesterday. It was the day before yesterday, because we talked yesterday, where I had so much anxiety and panic. I was convinced that I had the virus. I have asthma, which I have not had an issue with for a really long time. But when I have had an issue with it, it's been serious. And I used to have medication and have an inhaler, and that's been some time. It's been great. But it ain't gone nowhere. And I feel it at times when I swim, when I have a cold, just slightly. Anyway, I had all this pressure in my chest, all this, and it just got worse through the day. And I went to sleep and I had a cough, 2 coughs that were dry. And I was like, ugh. And I looked at Cody because Cody sleeps in the bed. He was right next to me. I was like, oh, I don't want to get my dog. I got to put my son. I got to get my N95 mask. But I can't sleep with the mask on. I'll suffocate. I'm really dying. What am I going to do? It was terrible. It was actually really terrible. And I was so panicked. And I took some vitamin C and some zinc.
Did that make you feel better?
I actually ate a bag of cookies, and it's a sleeve. It's a sleeve of cookies. I ate a sleeve of cookies because that felt right. And so then I could take my zinc because you can't take it on an empty stomach. So, I needed to do that. And I felt better. And then I was like, you know what? I need to do more some meditation. More some. You know what? I tried to fix it, and then I said the same thing, and I was like, well, fuck it. That's how it's going.
Yeah. I mean, everybody at this point is like, is my throat dry? Is that a tickle? I've sometimes have been like, wait, I have something. Something's going like, and yeah. Yeah. And other people, if I'm walking me and my husband, our furry baby outside, we take her out on 4 walks. If I'm going to be honest, I've sometimes now taken her out on 6 walks. And she wants to quit me. She's like, Mommy. But hey, we need air. And when somebody was coughing and they were across the street, I was like, coronavirus! I was like, don't make it obvious, Effie, come on.
You're like,
coronavirus, Effie, come on.
Hey, Cardi. Honey, but it's true. It's true. It's
scary. But I touch my face. I touch my face. My people just talk with our hands.
No, home slice.
I do, but I've sanitized and I haven't touched anything else that has not been sanitized.
Outside.
Okay, yeah. Outside, no. Outside, no. Outside, I tell myself. It's just so funny. There's the video of all the, it's not funny, but it's just, there's video of all the mayors of all the townships in Italy, and they've taken things to the point of like, they want people to just stay home. So they're like screaming at their public. They're screaming at everybody. And they're like, I can see you, huh? It's not like I find out till like a year from now. I see you tomorrow sitting on the street and we're going to arrest you. And you just see his hands like in every single place that they're at. Some of them were even worse than that. But yeah, if you could Google it, it's my people. So like, we talk with our hands. We like to kiss. We like to hug. I hope the hugging and the kissing, comes back. But the handshaking could go by the wayside, even though I have an amazing handshake. I do. But in our profession, we've always been trained not like in that setting, not to shake hands. The casting world is just like, keep your germs to your goddamn self. And that shouldn't work. And you'll be kidding with.
Well, the shake hands, yes, that's true in our thing. The kissing, you know me, I ain't trying to kiss nobody unless we doing some other stuff, honey. I don't know where that mouth has been.
Just we can air legs. You just kiss on the regs.
Huh? What? Yes, that's
you on the regs.
That's how I roll. No lips. And my lip memory, I will remember a mouth. Oh yeah, last year in May of 2019, you had some suspicious activity on that lip. I remember. About 3 days too. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, no. The face touching, I remember early on, it's like I scratched my face or something. It's like you go like, oh. It's like, oh God.
and you can see every bacterial thing in your mind. I see it.
Feel that area start to tingle. It's like I imagine it's spread. Girl, man.
But even as much as all this, and at least we know ourselves, know thyself. But using this time has been something that I am working towards, so that the time is not squandered, and
yeah, you're so good. It is. What you been doing, Home Slice? How you been using the time?
Well, I literally am back to back now with Zoom meetings, like getting shit done. But and then fun times like with you, we had our ladies' night, cocktail catch up, wrap up.
With my orange water. All right, baby doll eye. Drop that eyelid.
But I've been, because right before the public health issue got to a point where they closed everything, I was finishing up my yoga teacher training program. And it was this weekend would have been our graduation. So we've stayed, the group, I helped to just, organize us to do a study group, and everyone is so fierce in this group. So everybody's taken a subject and helped us study through it. So been doing that, doing a lot more journaling and writing and trying to learn new things. I took class with Debbie Allen online. I've been taking my yoga classes online. I took class with David Scott, who's a master hip hop teacher. And I'm going to be looking I was going to talk to you, maybe we could do our French lessons. I mean, we got to use this time.
Yes, we're going to learn to speak French.
Merci, merci. Je m'appelle.
Oui. I forgot friends. I was going to say mon ami, but I know that's love. Can't remember friends. Moi, friends.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
Can I tell you, when I was younger, and I was like singing, and I said that to my dad, and he was like, and then I said it again. I was like, voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? And he was like, don't you ever say that to me. Don't you talk to me. And I was like, what? Calm down. It's a song, man. It's a song. Yeah. I didn't know.
Did you say that exactly like that to your dad?
Absolutely not. I was trying to live. That would have been the end of Nio.
I would have never met you.
You never would have met me. No, I forget. I was just like, what? It's a song. And he was like, you don't even know what you're saying. You need to know what you're saying. Anyway, then I found out what I was saying, and I was like, okay, that is gross, but I wasn't trying to say that.
How old were you?
Not that young.
Just not lingually.
Yeah, I was
in the Française.
Unawares. Yeah, I was at least almost grown. I didn't know. But I mean, back in the day, we used to listen to music. I remember listening to Two Live Crew. Do you remember that?
Yes, but I knew what voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir meant.
Well, good for you, Home Slice. I didn't take time to look it up. I didn't take time to get translation. And as a matter of fact, I was so I never really paid attention to lyrics that were even in English.
Two Live Crew? You didn't know that Two Live Crew?
Well, I knew. It was you knew that they were saying nasty stuff, but I didn't digest it ooh, that's what, I was just nice beat, P word, this word.
Yeah. I could see that. Yeah.
I didn't even, and now I look at it and I'm like, ooh, God, Jesus, I would have been mortified. My mom didn't even want us to listen to Push It. Salt and Pepper.
Push it.
Click. What? They're it's dance. It's dancing, Mom. It's dancing.
I like the accent that goes with your telling of your stories right now. it's like, yeah, man, yeah. It's like that's what character? It sounds like one from SNL or something. It's like, yeah, man, yeah.
It's my calm down parents character, I guess.
Okay, all right.
This is just this
I'm
personal.
loving it. Oh, I love seeing your beautiful face.
I love you.
My beautiful Real Housewives of the coronavirus. When I saw you, I was like, you came with it today. I like, I'm trying to rock some I just put it together, Joan Crawford kind of hair wrap.
Honey, last 2 times I was on any video with you, you were bringing ready to step out Project Runway catwalk look. You had the hat. Yesterday, you were all your lipstick. You looked like you were like sucker. Let's go. Yes, all the things. So I was like, okay, well, I can't look like the ragamuffin I have looked like for the past 2 weeks because Home Slice is gonna be like,
no,
that's
you kind of look like you're like in a whole nother different world right now. Like you look like you were like you should be speaking with a Bohemian accent, talking about your coconut water that you're sipping during this health crisis.
We have so many hummingbirds.
Aww. I mean, I think that, we can't talk for that much longer because of the time constraint.
Do you want to see more stuff that you're doing? Working on?
I mean, what other
stuff? How long we been on here?
I mean, it goes quick. It does go quick, especially talking to you. It's one of those things that I'll tell you, I'm doing a lot of reading. I'm reading not only the books that I love to read and stuff like that, nonfiction and stuff. I'm reading some fiction books too, so I'm happy about that. And just being very, very mindful of the time. And I've got schedules, and then I'd be mindful of what I'm eating so that I'm not, I'll allow for the grilled cheese. The other day, my husband made me a croque madame, a croque madame without the ham. So it's basically a grilled cheese with an fried egg on top of it.
Nice.
But then I started the day with a spinach smoothie and had a salad for lunch, knowing that was going to happen.
You're so good. See, I feel like I was so busy. I mean, maybe, I'll say a couple weeks prior to this happening, I wasn't so busy, but I was so busy and crazy and stressed before this. And so I feel like this time, and I almost started to feel guilty, and then I was like, no, because I feel like this time has been used purely for me to relax and soothe my nerves. And there's been some introduction of, I've certainly been doing meditations and stuff, and I talk to my mom on FaceTime several times a day. And I'm trying to get my father to get down with WhatsApp. He always talking about cookies, honey. Those cookies. They always want these, they said these cookies are, I'm like, Daddy, that is the least of your worries. Goddamn cookies.
What is it with that generation? My mother-in-law is to get her to stay in the house, and she's 79 and she had a high fever, and she said the doctor said she should stay home, and in the next breath said, but I have to go get some things. So I'm gonna go, and like you just said, the doctor said for you to stay home. Yes, I'm gonna go to the store. And I'm like, that's not staying home.
Yeah. Every person I know is their parents are on their last nerve. Every person, their parents are last goddamn nerve. My dad now has been good because he's not, only because he can't, because he was going to go to church. When church was still open, he was trying to go to church. I'm like, Daddy. He was trying to go do some assistant agreement somewhere. I'm like, Daddy, no. Don't need anything. He doesn't actually need anything from the store. Nope. He doesn't need anything from outside. Who's going to go out? Child. Okay.
It's getting much. It was like, my brain was like,
it is, because you're not there to go and like,
well, we can't actually
punch them in the face and knock them out and make them be locked in their house. But you wouldn't punch them in the face with love, like the stabbings.
just knock them out ever so slightly that they go to sleep, but then you call them to wake up so that, you know.
You say, you want some more of that? You want some more? Then stay at home.
This is elder abuse. We should not, we would never touch them. But it was, my mind was like this. Like, I literally lost my mind. I was like, you just said your doctor said to stay home. No, and in the next breath.
It's hard because I think that they're going through, you know, they're like, we're the parents and wanting to still be independent, and also a little bit of denial. And I know a friend who's like, their parent has seen and been through so much that it's like, you know, this. Psh. And so in a way I get it, but I'm just trying to give them lots of information, not to scare them, but just to make them aware, because I love them. I mean, like, I was in tears talking to my dad on the phone because I'm like, what are you, there's not really any place that you can go. And right now in Michigan, they're having a lot of cases. Yeah. They're getting a lot of cases now.
My mother was in New York, which has become now the epicenter.
Yes.
And she's on Long Island, which is close, like, you know, it's like, and now we just found out one of the people in her new building did test positive. Yeah. So we just got to stay, you know, well, this is going to reveal to us so much. And the thing that I'm trying to do is to stay aware to that. And there's this, one of the words that I've been using in my daily meditation is resilience, which is defined as, you know, not just getting through a thing, being transformed by it. So
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. We hope everybody out there is taking care of themselves and being mindful and listening to, you know, good information from specialists, not just some shit some friend posted on Facebook or whatever, but like really do your research. And
if somebody sends you a secret message that their friend, who is a friend of a friend who works in the government, and they're giving you this little secret info, don't forward it. Nobody in the government would risk their security clearance to get that information out to everybody on Facebook Messenger.
Yes, y'all hear that.
And make sure you stay hydrated.
I'll be going to hydrate myself right after this.
Nice. I love that I get a chance to see you at least.
I know. We'll be doing it again.
Oh, yes, real soon. Real soon. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes. Are you looking at the camera?
Yes, I actually am. I'm trying to give it a camera.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Probably
your dad, your sister, and your brother. Tell your cousin and your mother and your friends.
Why do I have to do like the Carlton? The Carlton. Yes, and we're probably going to be posting this on YouTube, but keep an eye out for which platform. This version of the Mista Sistas will be coming to you next. Okay? All right. Right? What are you doing?
Making a muscle.
Oh, God. All right. I love you.
I love you.
I can't stop. Bye. Love you, homie. Bye.
Love you.